Watching sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden.
Hi you guys, welcome back to another episode of Life with Z. It's Saturday morning. We have a lot of things we want to get done today. We're going to do some work in the garden, which we're really excited about. We have a project for the patio and a project for our garden bed as well. I'm so excited to spend the day with you, but first we're going to get a few things cleaned up around the house. Let's get started. Hi you guys, I hope you're ready to tackle your to-do list. We have nearly 30 minutes of motivation today to help you get through your checklist while I get through mine. The kitchen was feeling a bit overwhelming today. I had quite a few clean dishes I needed to put away and a pile of dishes in the sink to take care of too. So we'll get these things taken care of so we can move on with the rest of our to-do list. I know I told you guys before, but one of the main things that inspired me to create my YouTube channel was how I turn to YouTube when I have to do a chore or a task that I don't like doing. And sometimes it's nice to just have a friend to work alongside and help motivate you. So hopefully I can be that for you today. After getting the dishes cleaned up and the counters wiped down, I made my weekly trip to Publix to stock up on groceries for the week. Getting this taken care of on the weekend just helps set me up for success for the week ahead. Of course, had to pick up pub subs for lunch. And got some blueberries. I really want to make blueberry muffins, blueberry lemon muffins with the extra lemons I have. Asparagus sounded good this week, so we'll do that with our dinners. I was excited to get all my groceries put away and get the last few things done on my to-do list so that I could get into the projects that I had in mind for this weekend. We've been really wanting to do some improvements to our backyard and outdoor living space, so that's what we had on the agenda for this weekend. Two projects, one to kind of update our back patio space and make it a little more private and cozy. And then the second project I had in mind was to get a raised garden bed built for our backyard. I've really been wanting to plant some flowers and even some vegetables, but with our clay ground that we have to work with, it's really difficult to get anything planted, so a raised garden bed seemed like the perfect solution. First, we'll get this laundry flipped, get some laundry folded, and then we can head outside and get our projects going. This is what we are currently working with. This is our back patio space, and this side is currently open. So we have plans to put some slatted wood along this wall. Greg is out here painting this post so that it will match the new wood. and overall it's going to make this space feel a lot more cozy. So the idea is if we drill in this board to the trim of the house, then we can screw in the boards kind of working their way up with some spacing to give some privacy on this wall. Throughout the years, my husband and I have done quite a few small projects like this at the different houses we've lived in. We really enjoy investing in the space that we live in and making small upgrades just to make it that much more comfortable for us. It also becomes something fun we can do together. My husband is pretty handy, so I usually let him take the lead on outdoor projects like this, but I love helping him along the way and being involved in the process. Straight as a board. Before stacking the boards, there was a bit of prep work involved. We cut down all the pieces of wood to be the perfect length and made sure to paint them with a outdoor weatherproof paint. We also painted the post the same shade of white so that it would match the added boards and all kind of blend together. This is what we're using for spacing, these little 1-inch pieces that Greg cut, and they're the perfect way to space everything evenly. We made an effort to keep the boards as straight as possible, so before Greg would screw them into the wood, I would put pressure on the top of the board just to kind of keep that 1-inch gapping and keep the boards as straight and level as we could. At this point, the project was really starting to come together and we were getting a feel for what our new patio space would feel like. Projects like this are really rewarding. They're pretty simple to do. They just involve some prep work and planning. And thankfully, those things are Greg's strong suits. So really happy with how this turned out. as we were wrapping up this project, and before I give you a tour of the finished look, we realized that the back patio furniture could use a spring clean as well. We have some white couches and chairs out here that I picked up at World Market a couple years ago. One tip if you're looking for patio furniture is to shop end of season sale for the next year. I got these more than 50% off a couple years ago at the end of summer, beginning of fall, and we've loved them ever since. So I used a brush we had in the garage. I believe this is a wheel cleaning brush, just something abrasive to kind of wipe the cushions down. With these being white cushions, I could wash them in the washing machine. They do zip off, but I know they'll never quite be the same after they go through the washing machine. So I'd like to spot treat them for at least the first couple of years until they absolutely need it. So that's what I went ahead and did this time. Just a bucket of warm soapy water and a little spot clean will get them through one more season. I had to call in reinforcements at this point once I found spiders and bugs on the chair. Greg had to come in and brush those for me because it was just too much, but we kept going and got the rest of the cushions cleaned up so that our entire back patio space would be fresh and ready to enjoy. I also took this opportunity to wipe down the patio table and get that nice and clean too. All right, you guys, our patio project is all done. Love how it turned out. Have some additional privacy out here. And we gave the cushions a good wipe down too. All fresh and clean out here and ready for the spring and summer season. After spending some time outside, it was time to take a break and spend a little time inside. I wanted to try a new recipe using up some of the lemons that I had on hand from the previous weekend and make some blueberry lemon muffins. I love the idea of always having fresh baked goods on hand, on display on my cake tray, but the reality of it is sometimes life gets busy and it just doesn't happen, but I made sure to make time for it this weekend, and I'm really glad I did. This recipe was meant to have a crumble on top, and I tried to make the crumble a couple times and failed both times, so we decided to just move on without. All right, you guys, story time. My crumble on my muffins did not turn out, and I got really discouraged. We have beautiful crumble-free muffins here, and we're gonna make a icing using the rest of the lemons and some powdered sugar, and it'll be even better than the original plan. I just whisked together some lemon juice and powdered sugar to make a quick lemon drizzle icing, and used that to decorate the top of the muffins and add a few blueberries as a garnish, just to kind of spruce these muffins up a little bit. Good morning, you guys. It's the next day, and today we have a plan to get a raised garden bed set up for our backyard. I found this garden bed on Amazon and I'm excited to get it set up. We're gonna put a few flowers and vegetables back there just as a kind of beginner's garden this spring. So first things first, we'll set this up. We got some seeds for both vegetables and flowers yesterday from Lowe's, so we will go ahead and plant those. I also have a seed starter tray, so we're going to try some seeds in the garden bed and some in the starter tray just to kind of see. It's technically warm enough to start planting here, but I'm not sure if it'll be better to have the sprouts first before going ahead and putting them in the garden bed. So we'll go ahead, build the garden bed, fill it with some soil, plant a few seeds, and get our seed tray going as well. Let's get started. It did come with a liner, so that's great because that'll help protect the wood and keep the dirt in the garden bed. So really excited about that. I found this raised garden bed on Amazon, and I'll be sure to put a link in the description box below. It's a really nice, simple wood garden bed that I plan to stain with a natural stain just to help prolong the life of the wood and keep it looking as fresh for as long as possible. I actually found a stain that I'll share in a later video that's all natural. Since this garden bed will have fruits and vegetables in it, I just wanted to make sure and use something that would be food safe. So I found a really cool product that I'll talk about in my next video. But for now, we'll finish getting this garden bed assembled so that we can get it filled with dirt and plant our seeds. I was excited that this garden bed came with a liner. This will help keep all the dirt inside the garden bed and also assist with proper drainage. There are holes in the bottom of the garden bed, but this will help keep the extra dirt in the garden bed while allowing the water to filter through. Greg helped me to get the dirt into the garden bed. We used 2 large bags of organic raised garden bed soil. I think there's something special about this soil as opposed to regular potting soil because it's a raised garden bed. I think it has more of the nutrients that you would normally find in typical soil, just since these plants will never actually be in the ground. So we went ahead and got the garden bed filled up, spread out the dirt, and then laid out the seeds so we knew what we wanted to plant. All right, these are the seeds that I have. We have a couple varieties of zinnias, some lavender, daisies, cosmos. Then we're gonna do some lettuce, cilantro, basil, chamomile, tomato, onion, rosemary, and pepper. I'm sure this is too many seeds for this small bed, but we'll pick out a few of our favorites and plant them here. I laid out all the seeds just for spacing's sake. I'm sure this is too many things to plant in a 2x4 raised garden bed, but I'm just getting started and I wanted to try a variety of different things, so we'll see what takes and how it goes, and this will be a learning process. But we got all the seeds laid out and then we started planting them. And in my next video, when I update you on the progress of the garden bed, we'll also get some tags so that we can label each of these seeds and track them as they grow. Alright, so our garden bed is in good shape. So now, as a backup, we're going to start some seedlings in this starter tray. So I've got some seed starting mix and this Pro Hex kit that I picked up at Lowe's, so we can get some seeds started inside as well. I decided to use my label maker to make little labels for my seed starting tray. That way I could keep an eye on which of the sprouts were blooming and be able to track them as they grew. First, we'll smooth out a layer of soil in all the little compartments before we go ahead and put the seeds in each. Then we'll top off the tray with another layer of soil so that they'll be ready to be watered and start the growing process. One quick side note, I did make sure to add my labels before filling the cells with dirt. This just made it easier and less messy because I wasn't trying to stick the labels on the already dirty tray. All right, you guys, that's all for this weekend. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. We really got so much done, and I hope you found motivation to get things done on your to-do list. I can't wait to see you next. Bye.